quite a bit of time on this ball. So we were over at Sharks Pool Room last night, Carl Boys and myself. Bustamante was telling me about Jericho. He said that this guy definitely plays Beato's speed. You gotta be careful here. Are you cutting at this, or are you bringing the 5 down table? And we're going to head back over to the feature table. Once again, it's Jayson Shaw versus Ronel. Nalaunan. They're going to lag for the break. Jayson on the left. Ronel, obviously, on the right. It's a race to 10. Single elimination. Somebody's going to go. Well, Jayson didn't get it past the head string. Going to have to give him a hard time about that later tonight. Jay Flowers representative, Tome representative. And get our first look at Ronel's break shot. From what I see, pretty good. You got to flick off the bottom of the 9. We see that a lot. The green 6 actually moved the 9 pretty good as well. Fortunate here, the 2 is laid up in the side. There's a couple options here. Probably rail first, I don't know. Yeah, that way you can get over to the 3 a little bit easier. The man, the myth, the legend, Double J in the booth with me. He is here. Jeremy, welcome, buddy.
Yeah, thanks, Scott.
So real quick, FSR is playing Jericho Benares, and you might know this. I didn't know this last night. Carl and I went to Sharks, and Bustamante pointed him out to us, and Bustamante told me that he beats Beato more often than Beato beats him when they're gambling. That's how good he plays. One of the better players, if not the best player in the Philippines. But he doesn't play the tournament scene very often, right? So that's the difference.
Yeah, Carl told me he just doesn't really travel outside the Philippines. Probably has a regular career, I'm sure. Open miss you won't see very often from Eagle Eye.
Yeah, maybe took it for granted because the green 6 was kind of there, but I don't ever foresee him missing that ball, like you said. And just get out to the middle here. He can't reach it. Extension.
Haven't really seen stellar play by any player, really, just throughout the entire match. Glimpses here and there. I think Boosty's played the best out of anyone I've seen on this table today. Of course, this match to still get on with and finish. So, but AJ, I thought, struggled pretty badly, and the last 2 guys struggled tremendously. I didn't watch the Suke match, but
yeah, they struggled as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you attribute it, Jeremy. I attribute some of that to, maybe the conditions are a little bit tougher than we realize. A lot of people hovering over the table. I don't know. I think it affects it a little bit. Not only the play and the table, but maybe the pressure.
Yeah, I kind of feel like just watching, though, the pocket seems easier than Hanoi, but See a lot of balls that kind of wiggle and go in, and didn't see that in Hanoi too much, really.
Yeah, so big miss early from Shaw, this young man here. Ronel making it look pretty easy so far. Draws first blood. 1-0. Oh, and here is our Hanoi Open reigning champion, P.S. Labutus, versus Delgado. Early stages here. Labutus trailing 1-2. He is snookered behind the 2, so it's a long jump to the blue. If you are tuning in, this is table number 2.
Yeah, the guy playing Sanchez has looked as good as anyone, the one you were talking about. Back to the TV table.
You know, Jeremy, last night when Bustamante was telling me about him, I was wondering if FSR would be better off with that information or without it. I don't know that it really matters. He might have known.
Yeah, these guys keep track a little better. They come over and played a lot of those challenge matches, you know, that got really hot during pandemic. So I feel like probably has a pretty good heads up. Plus he plays nothing but cold-blooded killers all the time anyways.
It's going to be the jump cue here unless he can swerve. It's the jump cue. High percentage. It's in a big ball position. That did not finish the way he wanted. The 3, I believe, is glued to the long rail. Makes it very difficult to bank.
And DeLuna out on table 4 has a chip in 9 ball to go hill now. Another hill. Same man that beat Duong. The 10-9 score, now 9-9 with Jeffrey DeLuna. That's Eric Navarrete, excuse me.
Yeah, so a little bit of an error there. Shaw's first look since early in game 1 with the missed ball to the upper right. I don't know if he can hold to the right side of the table here. He might have to fit the gap between the 7 and 9 and just come around.
I was thinking he might go short of the 7 like that, but got into it and now he's snookered. Kind of had to smooth it to come short of it, I thought, and let the right English kind of take.
Yeah, I didn't think he could come short of it. Maybe, maybe not. We'll never know.
And you really got to kick this way. I mean, you can win that way, all kinds of safeties. I wouldn't baby this one. I'd look to hit it full and maybe it escapes. That's why I didn't want to baby it, even though he may have gotten the snooker, but felt like there was a lot of ways to give up a shot. Maybe a little more speed. I feel like he can still hold the ball. But
yeah, that's no good. So it should pass the 8, but it's not going to pass it from there, I don't think. If it's tight, this is real tough because the 6 wants to throw a little bit towards the long rail. If it's real tight, and this is triple tough.
yeah, I think he's got to address the cue ball a little bit as well. So
I'd consider the bank to the lower left and just draw up to the top rail and back.
And that's just not understanding what the Bulls want to do, I think. Maybe fearing hitting the 8 as well, but Eagle Eye can just chip this in with that little outside, come straight up to the middle of the top rail and then back down.
Something on the cue ball.
Not sure if we'll get a look or not, but table 4. It is Hill with the Luna at the table.
Oh, look at this. What's going on with Jayson here? A couple of early mistakes. We'll keep you posted, obviously, with Shaw. That's the feature table. And it is Hill here. DeLuna was trailing, right, Jeremy?
Yeah, I mean, he was trailing right here at the end, 9-8. Kind of had the lead most of the match, I would say. I know he was up 7-4 1 point before he lost, what would that be, 5 out of 6. Got some work here still, though. 5's funny to the 6, 7's back up table. And he's overstruck this. And the funny thing is, he's going to have a real odd stretch if he gets somewhat close to it anyways, being the lefty. So I don't know if that was thought through as much as he wanted or should have. He's really an odd guy to me, with so much talent. How do you not win? I wouldn't even say more, but something really of some size or nature.
Yeah, you hit it on the head. And I haven't thought about it enough, I guess, but 100% correct. Does have so much talent. And just hasn't really shown up on the big stage yet. I think you got to draw back and just Z the 5 ball here. Draw back under the 7, but he's chipping it. That's just all types of sketchy.
Yeah. Thought he would eat. I thought he was cutting the 5 down below and then maybe going back and forth twice behind the 7, but
yeah,
your shot was good as well. Kind of the same result, really.
You just know you're going to get the 5 away, right? When you're drawn straight at it. So
yeah, I'm trying to think of a really big event. What's his top finish? Maybe the 2019 U.S. Open. I think he was a semifinalist when Josh Filler beat Wu Xiaocheng in the final. Might have been final 8 in that U.S. Open, but I know he ran deep. FSR did get on the board, now trails 5-1.
Trying to figure out what Navarrete would do here. Looking to get back behind the 7. I feel like you can lose control of the 5. So you really got to have a good cue ball here.
Yeah, I don't think the 5 will like track back though unless he really blasts it. I don't feel like that. 5 might get into the 6, but I agree with you. He's got to bury the cue ball because it is going to be turned loose a little bit. Not bad at all. Jump shot maybe.
Yeah, apologize there. He always felt like the 5 was going to get away a little bit, but he did great with the cue ball.
Eagle Eye did go on to lose that second game. He missed that jump shot after really getting snookered from nowhere.
Oh, and he's opened the 6 up now, so it's just a matter of getting free the 8 ball here if you can bury the 5.
Taking a lot of time. The outer tables don't have a shot clock. Sometimes they get bogged down a little bit, especially in big moments.
Oh, the big hitch in the arm there. That's a hill hitch. You got to close out from this position, JJ.
Yeah. It's almost like the only way you don't is when you just start overthinking. So many ways to play. You're just going to come down the center of the table. Could use the second rail if you wanted. That being the short rail on the bottom. This should be a little straightish, but still okay. Especially a guy that draws the ball with as much ease as anyone.
Yeah, as long as he can beat the side. I mean, he's got that look on his face like it's drawing straight to the side, but he's so close to it, there's a lot of room to move that cue ball.
Yeah, I think sometimes, though, Jeffrey makes things out to be a little more dramatic than they are. And I don't think it helps. I've seen that from him and actually a few Filipinos through the years where, again, this just can't be that difficult.
He must be above the 6 a little bit if he's acting like that's where the cue ball's tracking.
Yeah, I think he is.
Doesn't look like it really on the screen, but I guess if that's the case, it does make it more difficult. Quite a bit more difficult, really, Jeremy. I mean, right? You've got to draw back to the short side, or do you think you can beat the 8 here?
Yeah, you just don't add that spin. You don't need side spin like that. Didn't feel like it was going to be too difficult for him being so close to the 6. When you look at short side too, what is the 7? Just inches from the middle diamond. So key to this is don't let up. Easy to over twist this a hair if you're just trying to hold it, drawing the ball to the center.
Yeah, did good there.
It's been a long hill game here, and of course that's how they are sometimes. Very rarely a break and run, and didn't think it was over. Did you, Scott?
This is Roberto Gomez-esque. This is probably one of the reasons that he hasn't made it to the top. He's got all the talent in the world, but you just touched on it. Tend to overthink. He's a little dramatic at times, and that can't be good for the mind. Big miss there. I thought he was in a pretty good position, though. Hard to believe he's going to miss that ball.
Yeah, and saw a miss from on the 9 from Fong yesterday. Duong. I almost said Fong Peng Chow, and he hardly ever missed, but that guy. But now something for Navarrete to kind of clear up and get another big hill win. And you brought up a name that I was thinking of when I said tends to make things over dramatic. Gomez.
Right.
Instead of just getting on with it, that's a little light. It's got to go. And it's actually pretty good.
Sounds like Navarrete's got some fans in here.
Well, Eagle Eye's won 2 games since we started panning over at this Hill final game.
Yeah, we'll get you right back to it. Well, that's what the single elimination does in a race to 10, right? Maybe adds a little bit of pressure. It's easy for us to critique, but big miss on the 8 by Nalaunan. Back to table number 1. That's about as good as I've seen. 7-8 up top, that's fine. Nothing wrong with the combination in the future. Great look at the 2, Jeremy.
Yeah, pretty effortless. It looked like on the 1 ball on the side. Kind of just, I think 1 rail. Catching the 2nd rail between the 4-6. Okay, just decided to just come 1 cushion. I wonder if he just got in the greatest position ever if he'd play the 5 off the 8 to open that pocket instead of playing the 7-8 later. Don't think we're going to see that with the 6 down table, but you never know. Don't think he's going to really even identify that, knowing he's got to work the cue ball.
Yeah, I mean, the right side of the table is really where you want to be here, just below the right side pocket. If you can draw out twice to the 3rd rail, that's good. You can go with a high inside ball as well and just wants that to carry a little.
Yeah, the angle's okay. I mean, I think he wanted to have a chance to get short side on the 7, but not sure he can do that now without really checking the cue ball, and he's got a pretty good stretch. Still not bad, though. Check it with a little inside. The tables are very conducive for this shot.
It was a good shot. He was always pretty accurate. Favorable bump. He's going to have a look to the side. So 3 pretty quick games. Shaw initially trailing 2-0. There you have it. After game number 5, Shaw takes the lead 3-2.
Yeah, some outer scores. Emmanuel Delgado 4-2 over our reigning and recently crowned Hanoi Open champion, P.S. Labudas. Francisco Sanchez Ruiz trails 5-1 against Jericho Benares. Aranas and Samia about to get kicked off. Arseny Sebastianov 8-7 over Thorsten Holman. Been a real high quality match. It's been right here. I watched a lot of that. Galito and Sagipt 6-6 on table 6. John Vincent Lacedo 3-2 over Moritz Neuhausen. And Michael Bohannon 9-7 over Pierre Francisco Garcia.
Gateway Mall. There's a good look at the arena. 2 more levels above us. Bunch of people up top too. Did he get kissed or did he draw it up? I don't know if we're going to get another look or not. It almost looked like he drew that up top. Yeah, he did. Was most likely expecting the 2 to finish high and got a kiss.
Yeah, the 3, 4, 5 on the right side rail gives you a lot more freedom on this push out. It's not going to be easy, no matter the situation.
I would assume this is going to, maybe he can't catch all of it. Yeah, so he's going to hit the, it's a pretty clever play. It's kind of like the reverse backdoor to the back of the 9. I really like that play. First time I saw somebody shoot it was really Al Katie a few years ago. This is just a bit nasty. As JJ said, the 3, 4, 5, all in funny positions. Really, it's just the 3, but the 4 and 5 make it in a funny position. Big wall there between the, or behind the 6, 8. Let him see the 3 here. Could be the 7 that he uses.
I think he did pretty well. Jayson has to kick here. I'm not sure. They had a lot of high ball there to get onto the 5 off the back of the 3. Could cross corner the 3 doing so. Looks like Sebastianov is going to take down 2-time former world 9-ball champion. Well, I thought he was on the hill. Thought it was 9-8. Maybe not.
Yeah, a little scratch from Ronel on the side, and that's due to a thick hit on the 3. Take another look. Caught it real heavy there. Fortunate to get the 3 down, but this is why he scratched.
Yeah, excuse me, it's only 8-7, so now 9-7 to Sebastianov.
Yeah, and when Shaw gets an early lead and starts getting looks, he becomes a very dangerous man.
FSR's won 3 in a row now after trailing 5-0. 5-3 is the score. About to break the balls in game number 9.
Yeah, JJ, and I believe he's going to have something on the tube. Looked really good. I was watching him as well. And pretty quick around the table, so he seems like he's comfortable. Felt like at the Reyes Cup he started playing better towards the end, right? Kind of found his timing.
Watch out. I think it was always flirting. I think he kind of mishit that a little bit. Should have got into the rail much more. Now it's going to elevate.
Yeah, Shaw stretches the lead by 2. 4 games to 2. Gateway Mall, what a spot. This monitor overhead, I cannot get enough of it. I'm telling you, it's got to be 3 football fields long, and maybe not 3 football fields long, but it's clearly, I think it's close to 100 foot wide, maybe 70, I don't know, but it's massive.
Yeah, is it a different graphic than yesterday, or is it the same? It looks like a different graphic to me.
Yeah, it got me today. Took a video of it, and it wasn't the same, so you're 100% right. It is different. They're trying to trick us.
Yeah, you can see a few of the Gateway Mall, some of their vendors and stores in here. All kinds, really. I saw another section earlier just kind of walking around that I hadn't seen yet. I'm sure there's more of them. FSR battling back here, though. We missed it, but Jayson Shaw just scratched on the break one rail. It was that thicker hit like he had on the last one, but didn't escape the scratch.
Yeah, you get the feeling his idea right here is to draw the cue ball. He's probably paid attention. There's not been a lot of great results, and there you see it, like JJ said, one rail into the side. There hasn't been great results with anybody else, though, breaking traditionally, so you can't fault him for what he's attempting to do. I've felt for some time now that it might be the move to begin with, instead of going 2 rails or 1 rail into the 9. Just seems like when you're hitting them good, the 2 finishes high.
Yeah, FSR did get out 5-4. Ball in hand, all the ones to start were up top, all the ones to finish down below. So Nalaunan, excuse me, should get back on the board.
He doesn't waste any time. Maybe a bit lazy there. You might have to go forward 2 rails tight around the 9 or just punch up. Geez, that was quick and fortunate he didn't go in a drink. My goodness. Talk about changing your mind and not taking your time. There was a great example of what could happen. He's got to bury this long ball now.
Good committed stroke there. Confident stroke, really.
Yeah, so FSR on table number 3 gets a golden break. This is the second golden break of the event from what I know of. I can't remember who made the first one, and I was commentating it. It was yesterday. So I believe they are tied at 5 apiece now. FSR with 4 in the spin. Jayson Shaw. It's either going to be the jump cue or the rollout. Most likely the rollout here. I don't know though, there's a potential future in the jump shot. The 3 down low, I don't see it, so it's going to be the rollout.
Looks like he can push the 1 to the rail and up underneath the 5 and coast down the right side behind the 6 and 8. Kind of an easy push out, really. I mean, I don't know if he got the snooker really, but easy decision, let's say, for Jayson.
Yeah, I feel like this is, maybe it's a little different look than we think. It felt like you could kick and stick behind this 1 and use the 5.
Yeah, I think that's definitely there. He may even have a sliver of the 1.
Is he going to try and stick this? Much thinner than he expected. I think he was trying to come into that full and hold the cue low.
Yeah, may have gotten fortunate. I don't think he let him see the pocketing angle, or maybe he has. I didn't know if he could get to the left side, or his left side of the 1. But it began pretty natural. It's just got to be a hair on the lighter side. Sebastianov did go ahead to win that final game over Thorsten Homan. Took it down 10-7. FSR gets another on his side, so 5 in a row for each one of those players.
Yeah, he's in the lead now. I believe.
He's done it quickly as well. So, you know, we talked about people struggling. It looks like those two have been right on point. Got to shoot the combo here, right? 1-9's got to just be easy.
Yeah, it looks fairly easy. I'm with you on it because I don't know that the 4 passes to 7, but I guess the 3 leads directly to it. This isn't bad, I guess, right? Especially if you just get good on the 4, everything kind of opens up. But I was with you there.
I wonder if he even looked at it. I mean, hard to say he didn't, but I know it had to be somewhat on. They were only 6 or 7 inches apart.
Yeah, it's the first thing I looked at was the 2-9, so maybe he overlooked it. Or maybe he just wants to get the cue going. Or the arm. Everybody seems to be hitting that ball thick. Did get it in, but just catching a lot of ball, using a lot of the rail there. Very long bridge here. Great speed.
Yeah, I don't know how good it is, but I felt like not exactly what he wanted. Actually, it's really good. Felt like it was a little more on top of the 9. The camera angle fooled me.
Game number 8 goes to Jayson Shaw, leading 5 games 2-3. Wonder if we can get a look at table number 3. FSR is on a run. JJ, like I was saying, obviously he struggled early in the Reyes Cup. You know, it felt like for me his timing was off. He was quick at times and then slow at times and just couldn't really find a rhythm. But towards the end, he won his singles. He won his team single rack and just made a really good out and started looking better to me. Maybe really hungry to play well here this week and kind of redeem himself a little bit.
Yeah, he lost to Sebastianov in the, what was it, the final 64 maybe in the Hanoi. I can't remember the exact round, but I believe that was it. And didn't play very well there. Hats off to Sebastianov, though. He played a pretty good set. Wasn't a great set by any means, but FSR had a lot of chances there. And then that kind of just bled over. You know, we talked about it. He said his confidence was down a little bit. And, you know, that means as much as anything in this game, or this sport, rather. No reason to take a chance. Just go forward and take the chip shot on the 9.
Yeah, so I thought he already had the lead with the golden break, so now officially leading 6 games to 5.
Yeah, I couldn't tell what Shaw had, but he did make one. The face tells us maybe he doesn't have much to look at here. Huh? Maybe he does. Caught a little more of the purple than he wanted, but the combo is pretty easy, especially even from distance, I mean.
Yeah, just want to catch it flush. The 2 really shouldn't get away from here. Wants to get off the rail. Not the best angle in the world. He can afford to be. He's
fouled here.
Yeah, the cue slipped off the bridge and everything kind of got stuck there. Take another look, and yeah, the cue slipped or the hand slipped. That's what it is.
It looked like his right hand came off the cue.
Yeah, it slipped off the butt of the cue.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, I was getting involved in what you were talking about as far as an angle. That shot, I like to just stun out directly sideways and take a little more distance. That way I have that 1 rail angle on the 4 coming all the way down. Not saying that caused the foul. I'm just talking about the position play from there.
Yeah, absolutely. And it looked to me, whether it's irregardless at this point, but it looked to me like he was going to be somewhat straight or with a funny angle. Unfortunate there, right? The backhand slips, but it's part of it.
Yeah, we've seen some crazy things in the last few weeks in the pool world.
Yeah, the Fedor-Gorst shirt foul really was a stunner for me. I wasn't looking at it and trying not to bring up salt in the wound, but it was really odd. That was just a crazy, crazy scenario there.
Yes, it was. And then we've had 2-3 fouls here today, which you don't see very often. Might not see one for 5 or 6 tournaments in a row, and then all of a sudden today we have 2. He's got to have this one, though, I think. Yeah.
Which ball was it earlier that he hit just like this? 6 ball.
Yeah.
6 ball.
Don't know if he's gotten away with it. The overhead tells me maybe. No, Jayson can get at this.
Yeah, believe Ronel can get at this? Well, he could get plenty of it. Fooled me. I believe he can get at this, right? Yeah, no doubt. It's contagious.
Well, I mean, there must be something going on out there. I'm not sure what it is because, again, besides the FSR match going on right now, which I know just because I've watched some of it, it's been really high tear pool by both players. There's been a ton of struggles by all players out there. Or let's just say too many, you know. It's not an easy game, obviously, and these are great players, even though we don't know all of them. But I'm just talking about the play itself.
No, I'd have to totally agree with you. It's been a bit surprising.
Well, I think some of these players like Jayson, you know, who's had 3-4 weeks of it, you know, he played the Perry, right? Went to Hanoi, tough conditions. Of course, the Reyes Cup, mentally and physically, I think wasn't easy. Even for the guys that won, it was a little easier for them mentally, but But I think you almost have to remind yourself, you got to stay focused. Easy to lose focus, just kind of easy to go through the motions, Scott.
No, it absolutely makes sense. You can find yourself kind of just delved into it, not really catching where you're at, exactly what you're doing. Regroup, rezone, refocus. I like it. It makes sense.
Well, you know, honestly, I found myself in the commentary booth in the same, where I had to say, hey, Jeremy, you know, it's, you know, easy to lose a little focus on your work as well. You know, we had a couple long 3-week trips this year already, and here's another. So I think you may be able to attest to that as well.
100%. It's very similar. It's easy to kind of get a little lazy doing this as well. I like the way he's breaking the balls. I really do like the way he's breaking the balls. I feel like he's hitting the balls better than pretty much anybody I've seen or worked with on the TV table.
Yeah, he always seems to figure out a nice break shot. That one from the dead center of the table that he used for a while seemed to be the trick, but then he said it kind of went away a little bit, so he had to change some things up. It's maybe a hair light of ideal. Should hold him, though. Tell you, did look very good yesterday, and his opponent usually looks very good, but had a rough one. It was Marvin Aziz. He's about to tee off. He beat Dennis Okulo handily yesterday. Now Dennis mainly let a lot of safeties get away, and then a few positional errors, and then it was a lot of Marvin at the table. But Marvin's about to go back into battle. See if he can continue that really sharp pull he had yesterday.
Oh, what a great touch by Jayson. Yeah, that scoreline surprised me a little bit, but obviously anything, you know, and obviously Marvin, world-class player. I think it was 10-2 that final result, which was a bit shocking.
Yeah, I think you hit it the nail right on the head. Looks good here.
Yeah, you can tell this Ronel has a lot of ability. Looking to play it off the 9, Jay.
Well, these guys are so good with the jump cue. I'm looking at the kick straight across to hit the bottom of the 2, and you're probably getting safe, you know, 75% of the time, but why not? And just keep it out for the next.
You betcha. This one's a little different.
Yeah, the lefty's going to have a hard stretch by design off the 9. He makes a lot of these, I'll tell you. He's just not talked about with the jump cue enough, I think.
The minute you let that cue ball get up in the air, there's so much you got to think about, so much you got to cover. Made a great shot with the 2 off the 9, but lost the cue ball behind the 7. That shot was very tough. So now he wants to get off the rail here a little bit and back. Yeah, okay, I like what he did there.
Yeah, if he's landed a little straight. Now this is the funny situation. Gotta play the 5 up long. You need a little bit of an angle to get handy on the 6, but you don't want too much of an angle, not only with the 9 there, but it becomes very missable. So I like trying to get a little closer if I can. He's going to fall pretty straight, pretty flat, and he's going to have to show us a couple nice shots. It's not the worst thing in the world to unload with this with low left and draw back underneath. You usually can get it pounded off the rail that way. That's the only issue. Got to hit the pocket real sweetly.
Yeah, I think the pocket accepts the ball a little bit better going forward, obviously, with speed, but I think we all like that shot right there that he just played. JJ's absolutely correct. You've got to just hit it real pure. just creeping into position.
Yeah, one of the hottest guys on tour. And a guy that's won a lot of matches lately in real jeopardy. John Vincent Bisato, 7-2 over Moritz Neuhausen. And at the table, it saw that Moritz just scratched. So most likely going to be 8-2. Pius Labutis, the guy who beat him in the final, down 6-4 to Delgado.
It has not been perfect by any means, but Shaw commanding a lead now by 4, 7 games to 3. Eight ball was missed twice by both players. Ronel could have tied it up 4 apiece, I believe. Jump shot to the side here by FSR. Love to pinch this back and play the combination unless he thinks he can stun forward. Got to make him a favorite. Yeah, you got to believe this is one of the higher quality matches of the event so far. Potentially a carom on the 4. I think it's pretty dangerous. I don't know where the 2 goes. Going back to table number 1, we'll keep you posted.
Yeah, he's going to love this. This really looks like the timing is sunk in. It's just about as good as it could. Just a 1 ball depositing quickly in the side. Not really much arc on the 1-2, which I kind of feel like the best breakers do that more rather than having that little arc. You'll notice like Skyler when he's making the 1 a lot of times. It has a little more bend on the ball. Hits it a little thicker. Kind of creates that arc on the 1. But that's by design as well. Just different ways to do it.
Yeah, Jayson was almost head on, just maybe a half a ball right of center. Our right.
And I think that's his best break. You know, when I talked to him about it, he said, well, it's a few things I didn't like or it didn't work as well, but I saw it work really well, it seemed like, for all of 2024 and the beginning of 2025.
Yeah, I believe Jayson Shaw only 37 years old. So still got a lot of pool left in him. Matter of fact, 33, 34, 35, that was somewhere around my prime. I think he should be somewhere around his prime. Winning game number 11. Shaw leading 8 games to 3. We are at Gateway Mall, Gateway number 2. It is a short hop from the hotel. We walk over here every day. We got about 100 restaurants around us. 3 levels above us, 7 levels in total in this mall. Back to table number 3. FSR, Benares, tied up at 6 apiece. If you're just tuning in, I have been told by Bustamante, and I'm sure, like JJ said, a lot of these guys already know this, but Bustamante tells me that Benares plays Beato even and gets the better of it a lot. It's pretty solid. to get another look. Maybe a bit thick, just a touch.
And Nalaunan, those few shots where they kind of gave back a few, what was it, on the 7 and the 8, and when was the last time he really got something decent to look at? And I believe that was that at 6-3, or maybe that was 5-3 even.
Yeah, I think it was 5-3 or 4-3.
Yeah, this is going to bounce out. No good. Need a little more pace so the ball would slide a bit up the rail. FSR looking to take his first lead, I think, over there.
He did have a lead at 6-5, Double J.
Oh, did he get that 6-5?
Yeah, he did have a lead at 6-5, but still, it feels like he's been trailing the whole time. I know he was trailing at 5-1. He did get a golden break 3 in a row, and then did get the lead at 6-5. But still, feels like he's really had his work cut out for him, and he's played great. What do you do here, Jeremy? Are you trying to draw this back with the jump cue?
I don't know. Is there anywhere he can get up table to get any kind of look at the 3, even a kick from behind? Kind of can seal the deal here, right? I mean, I don't think Ronel, I don't think he's that bad a player, right? I think he's just letting some things get away. I think he's a pretty darn good player. So I'd like to try and get on the hill here if I'm Jayson. I think he was just trying to make it move as much as he could. Really good at these 2 rail escapes. The speed's usually on point. Doesn't overhit him. Is he going to get a cushion?
Yeah, he didn't mean to catch it that thin. It's commentator curse. JJ bragging on him. I fully agree. He's great at those 2 rail escapes. So it's ball in hand for the young man, and I believe he needs to take advantage because it does not look like Jayson's going to let off the gas anytime soon. And I'm also with you. I think this Nalaunan can really play. It's just been a couple of funny little things. Like you said, on that rack where they both kind of traded misses on the 7 and then both missed on the 8. Jayson stole that game back. That was a massive game there. It was either to tie it up. Oh boy, quick on the 5. Once again, maybe speaking a little too early.
Yeah, could have used a hair more angle, but again, don't try to get everything out of it. You got to remind yourself how good you are. You can cut the 7, right, from a little bit. Hit that pretty pure.
It's looked real good the second half of this match. Yeah, game number 12 goes to Shaw, leading 9-3. Wonder if we can get back over there. We might not have time. I'd like to check out table number 3 again. Feel like that's been the best match of the day. And we're going to get a look.
Yeah, I'll give you some scores while we're at it. Delgado up 6-5 on Pius Labuda, 7-6 here, the one you're watching. James Aranas up 3-2 on Samia, fellow countryman. Leiva 1-1 with Alexis Ferrer, excuse me. Jordan Legapsby 0-0 with Mickey Krause. They're just getting it teed off. John Vincent Facedo 8-2 over Moritz Neuhausen. and Fu Wei Che with the first game over Marvin Assis. That should be a really good match as well.
You know, one away. Shaw, I'd like to close the door right here and now and go get some rest, Jeremy.
Yeah, he'll be back tomorrow. I think everyone plays tomorrow in that second round. If you haven't played your second round today, they'll finish that and maybe even get into round 3. But he's won 9 out of, what's he won? He was down 2-0. He's won 9 out of 10. Didn't get the one down there. It looks like a dry break, so we'll see his opponent back to the table.
Yeah, he's not going to have much. Nalaunan, it's slightly covered up on the 7, I believe.
Yeah, the one caught both the jaws on that side pocket. I wonder if he may kick this and try and bang the one up table. I always like that. I always like that kick shot, being able to stick it. Doesn't always work out.
I fully agree, and I think it's a little underrated. When you've got 9 balls or 8 extra balls on the table, you'd be surprised how often it'll find cover.
Yeah, pretty crafty here. Trying to get the one a little past the 7. Pretty good, and the ref's going to have to be on this one. Going through the air, it looks like.
Yeah, pretty close to not being makeable, to be fair.
It's so weird when the ball's in the air, though, Scott. Crazy things can happen on these hits.
Yeah, I don't even know that he was going at it. I think he achieved his goal, but he's probably not going to like this. I think he's going to be pinned up.
That really good touch. And could be the final stroke of the cue for the Philippine Open here for Nalaunan. Wasn't a bad effort, just a little bit of a bad roll. Not an easy out here, though. Just got to go up and down the table a few times. Got options on the 4, though, so I like trying to come 2 rails somewhat at the 3.
Yeah, bend it tight like this.
Yeah, I'd like to have gotten a little closer to it, just that way I could manage either side of the pink pretty easily. But Eagle Eye, though, possesses a lot of power with that compact stroke, so it shouldn't be a problem.
I think he's really got to pound this, though, Jay.
It's going to slide. It's going to continue to go. Does he kill it? Stay short of the 9? Yeah, like that. Watch out, he may cue over the 9. That would really hamper things. Just has the left side of the cue ball. So is he trying to pull this now as he has the left side, or does he follow? I thought he might do that, seeing as how, that's all he had was the left.
Yeah, I just wanted that to stop. He might have to take a long ball here.
May not get the long ball. Oh, wow, what a hit. Free rolling.
Yeah, the old twist up. I dare you to shoot it while it's spinning. Yeah, made pretty good work of this. Jayson Shaw finished nice and clean with a win 10-3 over Ronel. Ronel will be gone. Shaw advances. That is going to be the end of our coverage today on the main table. A couple of little highlights here. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. It's been a great day. We will start fresh again tomorrow at 11 a.m. our time. A couple of misses. That was the big misses there from Shaw early. Scratch here in the side from Ronel. He's talented, that kid. I know he is. And this was really the miss right here that cost him the match. Jayson went on to run from there. The slip of the hand. Yeah, so that is going to do it, everybody, for tonight. Head on over. There's some other tables going on. There's 3 other streams. Matchroom Pool will be where it's at on YouTube. You give it a shout. Check it out. And this is the table results for the day on the TV table. Shaw rounding it off. 5 total matches today on the TV table. Tomorrow there will be 4. So tune in again tomorrow. Thank you all for tuning in. And once again, for Scott Frost and Jeremy Jones, you can keep an eye on this, and we are out of here.
Power. Precision. Prestige. Unleashing tour-level performance. Built for the biggest stage. Powered by Q-Tech. Inspired by Matchroom. The 9-ball series.
I'm rooting for Team Asia. Go Team Asia, win!
Let's go, Team Asia!
What team is going to win tonight?